Welcome back to the Unsearching Series. Today, I want to invite you to linger with a concept that has the power to change how you look at everything. It begins with simple questions, the kind that almost sound like riddles. How can we know what it means to go up if we have never gone down? How can we know when it means to move left if right has never been experienced? How would warmth make sense if cold had never touched us? And how could we speak of goodness if we had never seen the presence of what we call evil? These questions sound playful at first, like children asking why the sky is blue. Yet when you allow them to sit inside of you, when you stop dismissing them as obvious, you find that they hold an extraordinary key. They reveal the framework of existence. They reveal that nothing can be known except in relationship. Without the shadow, there is no recognition of light. Without the silence, there is no appreciation of sound. Without what feels limiting, there can be no awakening to freedom. Every quality emerges only because its contrast exists alongside it. The soul understands this in ways the mind often resists. The soul comes into human life not to escape contrast, but to use it as the raw material of choice. Without contrast, no decision could ever hold weight. Without decision, the soul could never know itself. Think about grandeur. If every being, every moment, every breath was already grandeur, then grandeur would be invisible. It would not be a quality we could name. It would be like asking a fish to describe water. Water is all it knows, and so it does not recognize that it swims in it. Grandeur must stand beside something smaller in order to be seen. It must rise in the field where limitation also lives. It must shine beside shadows so that its light becomes unmistakable. And so the soul does not despise the places that look small, broken, or unworthy. It does not flinch away from fear or pain. Instead, it blesses them. For the soul knows that only in their presence can we wake up to what is vast within us. The soul whispers, "These too are a part of me. They exist so that I may recognize my own fullness. They are the backdrop, the canvas, the night sky that makes the stars visible." The invitation of the soul is simple and astonishing. Choose grandeur. Choose the best of who you are. And as you choose, do not condemn what you do not choose. This is where the challenge begins. Because as human beings, we have developed a habit. We rush to judgment. We label. We divide. We stamp things with words like wrong, broken, shameful, evil, or not enough. And once the labeling is done, we often go further. We begin to attack. Think of how often this plays out. If a person lives differently from us, we try to prove them small. If a religion offers another story about the divine, we declare it false. If an idea threatens the comfort of our belief, we laugh at it. If someone's path challenges our own, we do everything we can to push it out of existence. In these reactions, we believe we are protecting truth. We believe we are standing for goodness. But in reality, we are slicing the universe into halves and trying to live with only one side. And a half universe can never be understood, because every truth is revealed only through its contrast. Consider light. Its brilliance is known because there has been darkness. Consider silence. It touches us deeply only because sound has filled our lives. Consider healing. It feels holy only because we have walked through wounds. If we throw away the half we do not like, the half that makes us uncomfortable, then the half we cling to loses its meaning. This is what humanity has done over and over. We try to erase the presence of what we cannot tolerate. We burn books. We silence voices. We destroy cultures. We declare entire groups of people as evil because their choices differ from ours. We believe that in removing them, we protect what we love. But the soul never asked us to remove anything. The soul asked us to bless. Blessing does not mean agreement. Blessing does not mean giving permission for harm to continue. Blessing is simply recognition. It is the willingness to say, I see that this exists within the field of possibility. I acknowledge that it has a place in the whole, and yet I choose something else. Imagine a world where this way of living was common. Imagine religions no longer declaring each other false, but instead saying, we have chosen our way, and we honor that you have chosen yours. Imagine politics no longer tearing societies apart with contempt, but instead saying, we will walk in our values, and we understand why you walk in yours. Imagine families no longer collapsing under the weight of judgment, but instead saying, I love you. Your way is not mine, and I bless it as part of the whole. Can you feel the power of that? Can you sense how much conflict would dissolve, how much unnecessary pain would evaporate if humanity learned to bless what it does not choose? Wars would lose their fuel. Hatred would find no echo. Violence would have no excuse to stand on. Bring this closer. Think of your own life. A colleague disrespects you. Your first impulse may be to cut them down with words or quietly plot against them. Yet the soul suggests a different move. Bless the fact that disrespect exists, because without it, you would never know the strength of dignity. Then, stand inside that dignity with even more clarity. A partner betrays you. The natural reaction is to condemn them as worthless, to reduce them to the act they committed. Yet the soul leans close and whispers, bless the fact that betrayal exists, because without it, loyalty would never glow with such meaning. And now you are free to choose loyalty with your whole heart. This does not mean remaining where harm is done. This does not mean excusing destructive behavior. It means walking away without poison in your veins. It means stepping forward with clarity instead of bitterness. It means choosing your path without spending your energy destroying another's. The practice of blessing is not mastered quickly. It takes lifetimes. Because the human instinct is to divide, to judge, to condemn. We want clear categories of good and evil, right and wrong. The mind loves certainty, and judgment feels like certainty. The soul, however, is endlessly patient. It sees all things as teachers. What you fear can teach you courage. What you despise can teach you clarity. What you label evil can reveal the depths of love. Every shadow offers a lesson in remembering the light. Every experience, no matter how unwelcome, becomes part of the curriculum of awakening. And so the soul waits. It does not rush you. It knows that little by little you will learn. Each time you choose blessing over condemnation, you step closer to your grandeur. Each time you select love without needing to destroy hate, you expand into the truth of who you are. Take a breath with me. Think of someone you have condemned. Think of a belief you have mocked. Think of a path you have judged as wrong. Ask yourself if you can release the attack. Ask if you can instead whisper, you exist, I see you, I bless you as part of the whole, and I choose differently. Feel how your heart changes when you do this. Feel how much lighter you become. Blessing frees you from bitterness. It makes your own choice powerful without demanding that another's choice be erased. This is the invitation, to always select the grandeur of who you are, while holding space for what you do not choose. To see that all things exist within the field of possibility, and your work is not to destroy them, but to live into the light you desire. The soul is infinitely patient. blessing even your mistakes, blessing even your judgments, because those too are part of the great unfolding. And slowly, through lifetimes, you remember. You learn to bless rather than condemn. You learn to walk away without hatred. You learn to let contrast guide you into clarity. And with each choice, you discover more of the grandeur that has always been within you. Thank you for sitting with me in this reflection. If this episode has offered you something of value, I invite you to share it, to like it, and to subscribe, so that these conversations can continue to reach others. Until next time, may you walk with the courage to bless what you do not choose, and may that blessing reveal the radiance of your own soul.